wanted to show you. It's a little mini video speaker here, and comes in a clear box. There's actually a wrapping here. Let me show you these little LED lights right here, and there's a camera right there. This thing can do everything from audio to video files that you loaded, and it's got a little 2-inch screen that you can watch and play back on it. Just wanted to see the instructions here. It comes with a little carry case, little CD. I'm going to open this up here. Okay, it comes ready out of the box to be turned on. There's already a battery installed in it, a rechargeable, looks like a Nokia battery. Comes with a nice pair of earphones here, a little charger, wall charger, and a little audio in jack if you want to, say, jack in your iTunes or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And what you want to do is take your SD card like this, use a high quality name brand SD card, put the gold plates down, go ahead and click that in, go ahead and flip it to on, and it should fire right up. There you go. Okay, to get into the main menu, you just press mode. It'll put you right in there. You can see the music right there, and then you're going to have these little direction toggles right here. Volume are also arrow keys. So I want to go from there to video player is the main one I want to get into. And now to get into the sub menu here, there's a secret menu that you have to press both of the arrow keys at the exact same time, the volume keys, at the exact same time for about 3 seconds. There you go. Now I'm into it. Now there's a whole sub menu in here of settings, camera, DV is what you want, but I'm going to go through and show you. There's camera if you want to use it. Audio record only. With the quality of the recording, you want that to be on high. That's the megabits per second. The video timestamp, I prefer to leave mine on. That way it sorts the files actually by the time and date, so that you can just automatically see the name of it is already sorted in your computer files. Very handy. Video loop record, I leave that on because that allows me to over record any old recording, and I put in a 32 gigabyte chip, but after a day or two on the high quality recording it can fill it up, and so if I'm going to monitor an area I leave that on so that it can run indefinitely. The video segment time is anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour, and that just is how long it's going to record before it saves automatically and it keeps recording. I prefer to leave it on an hour for longer recordings, and that keeps it from getting really big files like, you know, like 32 gigabyte files of just solid video, which most video editors won't handle. Auto record is a ability that it has to, while you're playing music or video files that are on the SD card, it will automatically stop recording. It's for if you're, you know, using it for its legitimate purpose as a music player or something, it'll just automatically stop the recording. I prefer to leave that off. I want it to record even if the music is playing, but that's just a little function it has there. It doesn't have like a motion detection on this or anything like that. It doesn't have that on this particular camera. I have another camera that I sell that does have that, as well as another camera that has much brighter infrared lights that will truly light up a room. This one is very small, narrow field of view. I'll show that in a later video. Then I'm going to go here. There's a couple more pages. You got screen display. Now this, I like it on hide, because if it's not on hide, it won't show. It'll show record on here when you start recording, and it'll leave it there, so you can actually see yourself indefinitely. You don't want that. You want it to turn off after 15 seconds. So put it on hide. IR LEDs, I like to leave that on auto. It has an auto thing which will turn on and off. That little thing right there is a light sensor. And then super long mode is for really long recording to get it a good quality. And then yeah, that's just basically to minimize the memory usage. And then also DV night mode is basically to enhance lower light conditions, which this thing has a very good low light ability, which is why I like it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to record using this. You're going to hit the mode button, and I will go through DV. All I'm going to do is hit OK. And now you will see right here on the screen it says recording. You can see my camera right here, my Sony. And then it will show the 640 by 480 right there. You can see that. And then all it'll do is that. We'll go back to the time, and the only indication you have is that little green or blue light. and that will just show you that if it's paused, if it happens to reach the end of your memory and you don't have it on a loop record, it will pause. And also at this point you can just see that it's working. That way you have an idea without having to get in if it's actually working, because that's always a problem with these things. Somebody really thought this through. Then here it is, the time in the morning. So that's the basic thing. If you want to stop that, all you have to do is hit escape, and it goes back out, and now it's stopped. So that's basically it. To start record, you do the same thing. You go back through the same process. To read the files from it, you just simply use the same power cord that came with it, but instead of plugging this end in, you just plug it in right here. And to your laptop, it'll then install it up here automatically. You shouldn't even need to use the CD unless you want to use it as a webcam. And then you can just go simply to the file right here. It should pop this open. If not, you can go into your, this is a Windows 7 64-bit. And you can just go into here, pop open computer, and this will come up. And you can get into here. Now you can go into your various files. Here's your recordings, here's your pictures, here's your music that you want to save in there. So if you want to add anything, let's say music, and you want to then play it on the device, you need to go ahead and load it into there first. And then if you want to see the files you've already done, here's all of them. You got audio that you've recorded, video, and picture right here. And then you can go in there and see each of the files. So you can see everything that I've recorded already here today, individual photos that you've taken, and audio as well. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get into the secure files right now. So I'm going to hit the mode button. Then you're going to see that you've got all your various things, video player, picture viewer. All these will have both the regular recordings. Let's say you put in a music video that you want to show right here. So what you're going to do is click OK to get into there, and you're going to see that it shows I loaded a Dexter. I could press play on that and play that, but what I want to do is get into the hidden stuff. So I'm going to press double those buttons again. Now you can see all the different video files that I've loaded on there. You can get into this menu here, the sub-menu, to delete stuff just by clicking the menu button here up on top. Now you can get into here and you can sort through loop mode, you can delete files. Like I'm going to click here and delete all these. So you can do current, you can do all. There you go. Just deleting right now. Do you want to delete? Yes, I do. Okay, there it goes. Now deleting. Please wait. So you can also fast forward through the actual files while you're actually watching it, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. One really nice little feature here is this ability to, while you're watching it, you can actually press the fast forward button and all this menu will show up just like a regular TV. You can click that and now you can see that's jumping through the various video. Go all the way through like this and fast forward. One other thing I wanted to comment on was that the quality of this is actually quite high. This is actually aluminum metal casing here. The buttons have all great feel and push to it. You can see everything lines up. Everything's pretty good here. There's a little piece of plastic underneath there that the battery's held underneath. And you gotta just click that off to get to it. It's not really complicated. It's pretty simple. You see the line in. That's for if you have like a iPod or something, and then it actually comes with the line in stuff here. This shows if it's plugged in, if there's power to the unit, which is kind of nice right there. Kind of nice, fairly high quality pair of earphones here, which for right there, and of course the plug-in right there. Nice little blue indicator light on the bottom shows that it's working. You can see that there. And overall, I'm very impressed with it. It's a sturdy little device. You can see right now that when it's plugged into the USB, it shows it is. This little screen really helps you here. The other thing that's interesting is that this thing can be used fully plugged in or completely on battery power for about 3 or 4 hours. And it seems to work quite well, especially plugged in or just running indefinitely, which is a real selling point on these. Okay, I just wanted to show you here that the night vision lights are completely invisible. You can see up in there that there is no visible lights there, and yet if you look at my hand you can see that it's clearly showing that the infrareds are on. The IRs are right there. There's 6 of them, and then the camera lens is right there. It's very difficult to see. And then the auto on-off function is right there. That's for the lighting, or the light sensor on it. Okay, I wanted to show you what this thing looks like with just a 30-watt bulb. I'm wearing black pants here. Turn over here so you can see what it looks like with me at about 5 feet. Let me 8 feet, so you can see the lights are quite good. Lighting is quite good here. I'm about 8 or 9 feet away, and this is 30 watts of light. If I turn on the 60 watt, it's much better. You can see everything in here very clearly, perfectly here. This is 60 watts of both power right there, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn on normal lighting in here. Turn off, like the light bulb over there in the bed. And you can just see what normal lighting looks like. This is backlighting. So you just see that it's kind of a little dim, but that's mainly because there's lights all behind me. That's even with backlight. Okay, I'm going to show what it does in a low light situation. I'm going to show you at 3 feet. This is lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off. See the room here? Lights on, lights off. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move this now. This is a real life application here. Let's set this, let's say, right on the edge of a bedstand or on the edge of a desk. In this case, it's on a bedstand, so you can get an idea of the lighting that it shows here. This is at 2 feet. This is at 3 feet. This is at 5 feet. This is clearly the end of a regular sized bed. Here, let me turn off this light. There, that actually makes it a little bit clearer. This is at the end of a regular sized bed. There was a little bit of light coming off the laptop. So you can get an idea that it can light up a whole swath of light coming straight through here. Up to about 6 feet comfortably, 8 feet at the maximum. Anything goes past here is going to be spotted by. So I can show you the lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off. So you can see what that IR is doing. It gives you an idea, a better idea of a real world application. Also, this thing has a low light setting so that it enhances it. I've got that turned on right now. I just wanted to point out that because this is a multimedia device that has an SD card already slot for it, it makes a lot of sense that you could have all these functions on it without there raising any suspicions. You know, it doesn't give any indication of its covert nature. If you didn't know what you're looking at, you'd have no idea why that's there, and that's there. I mean, you really have to look close, and even then these things have so many different devices on them, you wouldn't even know what they are unless you knew what the purpose of this was. There's no outside indication in any of the buttons. There's no outside indication in any of these things. Even the SD card will hide the files for you on there so that you can't even access here unless you know exactly what you're doing and happen to hit both of those buttons at the exact same time and hold them down for 3 seconds. So that really keeps the nature of it quite discreet. You could have this played with by kids, looked at by adults, explain to them what it does, and everything's explainable and everything's easily understandable while still hiding the true nature of what it does. Okay, I wanted to show a couple of the various functions on it. One of the coolest ones is that you can unplug it and it just continues working flawlessly. You can be playing music or recording, it won't stop. You can plug it back in, same thing, unplug it, in and out, so the power can surge on and off and it doesn't matter. It will continue recording or doing whatever it is, and it will run until that battery runs low down at the bottom. You can see the battery down there at the bottom. So that'll give you about 3 to 4 hours right there. Anyway, I wanted to show you how to get into some of the more advanced hidden parts of the menu and show you some of the more complicated things about this. The deeper parts, such as audio only and how to access hidden files. Right, in this particular case, I'm going to get out, just hit the escape menu. That's going to take me into video player. I'm already just out in the outside menu, not the hidden menu. So I want to show you how it looks like if you had recorded files that are already secretly been recorded, and you also had regular video files that you thrown on there. I'm going to go ahead and get in here, like I have the movie In Time on here. I'm going to go ahead and play this until you can begin to see how it's beginning to play right there. There's actually, if you hit the menu mode, you can go in, you can fast forward a little bit through it. You can hold this down, the arrow button down, and it'll fast forward. You can hit the mode, that'll take you over to the auto, to the volume level. So right there's the volume level. You can turn it up, you can go down with it. Right now there's no sound on it because it's the very beginning of the movie. So you can also go into the fast forward and various parts of it. So I'm going to get out of there. So right now, when you get into that file, you're just going to see that. what you want to do is double click on the two buttons on top, the two volume buttons right there, 1, 2. You're just going to hold those both down for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Now it's pulling up hidden files that have been recorded. So I can click on this and
okay, I'm going to show what it does.
There you go, that's me recording earlier. And that gives you an idea of how it does it. And then you get back out like that. Now you can go over to picture view, and any pictures that you have stored in there will do the same thing. I don't have any on here, but if I had any hidden, I double press that, and I would get into the hidden videos or hidden pictures. Same thing for audio, or I'm sorry, there's radio, and there's also audio right there, the audio player as well. In this particular case, I have Adele on here, so you can hear the music. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to the, I just turned off the sound. I'm going to go down to the sound. You can see I can light up the sound little button down here, and I will turn on the sound again. Now I'm going to go ahead and just lower down the sound volume on it. So that'll also scroll you through. There's various functions there.
There's a fire starting in my heart.
That's the volume control right there. Now let's say you had audio files that you wanted to access. All it's going to show here is your public stuff. But if you double click this, it'll then take you in. Now I don't have any files in there for audio files that are saved, but that's the basic idea. I'm going to show you how to get into the settings menu next, because there's a low light feature that is really handy on here. So I'm going to take you over here just to this, right there to the system setup. Go ahead and click that, and right there's the main system setup. You've got your default, you've got your memory, your time set, your language. Language is pretty easy. You get in there, you got English on top, simplified Chinese on the bottom. The only reason you need to know this is if you accidentally have to do the reset, or for some reason you mess it up, you can go ahead and get in there, and you can go ahead back to the default over here. And watch, I'll do the default right here, okay? It says collect yes. I'm going to go to yes. Now watch, it'll all go to Chinese. Ah, now it's in Chinese. So now I want to go back over, 1, 2, 3, back over here, click the left. Go ahead, make sure the bottom one is selected. There you go. It's all switched back to English. So if you happen to do a default, which is a reset, you will want to make sure that everything is changed back. That will then change the language back to Chinese, because that is the default on this. So you just want to be careful of that and make sure you got that straight. Now, like everything else, there's 2 layers of menus here. I'm going to go ahead and press double click. Now I'm going to get into all the video functions and everything. This will actually start the video recording right now if I click that. But I don't want to do that right now, so I'm going to go over here with the arrow button. I'm going to go over here to the monitor settings. Now look, I have digital video. If I click this, I am now in camera. If I click this, I'm now in audio record. And there's various functions within each of those. I'm going to go back to the digital video. I'm going to go down through here. Now on this one, I'm going to click OK. OK. I'm going to move it down 640 by 480. I'm going to go down again to normal digital video quality. I'm going to go into it. I want to set it on high. OK. Video timestamp on by default. Video loop record on by default. Video segment time 30 minutes by default. I want to change it to 1 hour. OK. Auto record. What that has to do is if there's music playing, it'll turn off, or video playing, it'll turn off the video record while you're doing that. I just leave that off. I'm going to go ahead and keep going through there. I'm going to screen display. I want it on hide so that it will hide the video. But actually I'm going to turn it on for right now so that I can show you how it works. And that's show. If you put it on hide, it'll disappear after 10 seconds. So it gives you an idea of what you're looking at as you've set it up in the room, to make sure you've got the right angle, and then boom, it turns off. It's really handy. And then you want to go down to DVR LEDs, and then that one I usually set on auto. And then super long mode can use 1 GB of data per day, so it really lowers the quality of the video, but you get a lot more. And then here's the thing that's really essential to get good night vision. You want to go into DV night mode, go down 1, click OK, click OK, OK, escape. That's how you set all that. Now you go back out. I'm going to go over here to the, there's the audio record right there, so you can see that, how you click on that. I'll just give you a brief tutorial of that. You're going to click OK, OK. There you go. We're recording audio right now. That will then disappear in a few seconds, so I don't want that to do it. But there, you can see there's a little yellow tiny light that shows it's on audio. Okay. I'm going to get back into the hidden menu here. Now this will just start instantly recording. So you can see it's being blinded by the light. If I turn that off, you can see the Sony that I'm using. Oh, and the IRs are on. So they come on in low light situations, and then they turn back off again. So that will give you an idea how to get into all the functions and use all the various functions. Oh, and that little blue light right there is the one that shows when it is recording. If you run out of memory, it will show a little pause button, but if you have it on loop record, it'll never run out of memory. It just starts overwriting the oldest files. So